George Kambosos tonight. Over to you guys for questions. Yeah.
Mike. Christian, you have the mic. You need to pass him the mic.
Shout out.
It's on.
Yeah, look, again, it's hard to come back to New York, come back to Madison Square Garden, headline another show here. Thank you to Eddie, Matchroom. I always appreciate you guys for giving me these opportunities. And if you take it all the way back, it wasn't for these guys taking this fight, and who knows what would happen with Top Rank and stuff. So, obviously, my promoter, Lou DeBella, my own company, Fresh Promotions. I just give it my all, man. And look, it's hard to. I've fought them at different stages of my career, so it's hard to gauge. But look, they're all tremendous talents. Like I've been saying, I just keep stepping to the best of the best. And, win, lose or draw, I just want to keep fighting the best of the best. So, yeah, look, it's hard. They both have different talents, all of them, and that's why they've got to fight each other. Make it happen, let them fight each other, and look, one of them will win, one of them will lose. Boxing fans, boxing media, promoters, support it, support the winner, support the loser, and move on.
George, Sebastian Milo, the boxing mob with Fight Hub TV. You say you want to see all these guys fight each other. Just from a fan's perspective as well, what's the fight that you most want to see?
Look, I love the sweet science, I'm such a big fan of the sport. I sit there relentlessly watching every single different fight, and look, the exciting fight is obviously, as we know, Annie Hitchens, Lopez Hitchens, all these guys, Lopez, Devin Haney. You want to see them fight each other, and like I said, it's hard to tell who's going to be better than who, because on that night anything can happen. On any given night it can happen. It happened for me a couple of years ago, and unfortunately it wasn't to be tonight, but I really believed in myself. I really had that eye, and it just wasn't meant to be. Sometimes, after a few wars, things just don't go to plan, but it is what it is.
Hey George, Vince the writer, Boxing News 24. I saw you targeting the body a lot during the course of the fight. Exactly what was your strategy going into the fight?
Yeah, that was the plan. Body, stabbing that body, stabbing that right hand, and left to the body. I didn't fully execute the game plan, and I didn't fully execute it. I went a little bit too much head hunting. My lead coach, Anton Kagushin, who unfortunately couldn't be here, as Eddie knows, visa issues, he couldn't be here. But we had a great camp in Montreal, and big respect to Lamone Matthews, the assistant, who jumped up and had a tremendous camp. Russ Amber as well, my father in the corner, and manager. That was the game plan, break the body down, and I knew he was going to be sharp early, and I knew I had to just, a bit like Rocky, just take the shots, and yeah, I knew I might get hurt, and I did in round 3, 4 with that body shot. It bloody hurt, but I just dug deep, and then I fired back, and I started having some good success. I clipped him a few times, busted up his lip, but look, it wasn't meant to be, and even when I did get put down, I still got up, 9, 10, I wanted to go more. That's the warrior I am. I always ready to die in that ring. I didn't stay down, and that body shot would have taken 100% of all the views here, anyone critiquing online. So, look, I'm not worried.
George here, Chris with Boxing with Chris. No fighter knows a fighter better than himself. Second division, you fought them all. Even though it's kind of early to tell, how much do you feel like you have left in the sport?
Look, I don't really know right now. For me, I've done so much in the sport, I keep my head up, I keep my head high. Losing is always a bitter pill to swallow, but come tomorrow, I'll swallow it, and we'll see what's next. For me, I've got a beautiful family, I've got 3 kids, and like I said, I just want to do some time with my kids and family. It was only 80-something days ago when we had another and good 12 rounders. So I've been active this year, been busy, and like I said, I've been busy these last 3 or 4 years. You know, you talk about all these fighters, who's going to fight each other. Well, that George Kambosos from Sydney, who never had, you know, a fair shake, you know, from nothing, went over and did it all, man. And like I said, my cabinet's full, my bank account's full, and I've got a loving family. So what's next? I'm gonna go coach my son's footy team right now. He's only under 5s, but you know, that's what I want to do right now.
Happy Father's Day, by the way.
Thank you very much, and my birthday too today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thanks, Richie. Thanks, Richie, for the extra punches. There's more than 32.
We wanted that birthday.
Hey Jim, this is Los with Fight Hype. As the father and trainer for George Kambosos, what do you feel, you know, is the future for him now?
Look, at the end of the day, you know, we worked so hard in this training camp, and we had the game plan to defeat Hitchens tonight. Obviously, you know, the big moment, he stepped in that ring, and then all of a sudden, George puts himself in position, he gets within range, and then the hands are not really, he's not letting the hands go. We did work on targeting the body. George went a little bit more headhunting. We wanted him to punch between punches and kind of sort of like catch when he was throwing that jab and kind of punch with him. And look, we had a perfect game plan. There's no excuses. At the end of the day, you know, George is a warrior. He's fought some really tough fights, and I just believe, you know, these fighters, you know, they take shots, and then maybe they feel that same shot from the fight before. Maybe sometimes mentally it gets in their head a little bit, thinking, oh shit, you know, I know this shot kind of hurt me last time, you know, it's just hard to know what a fighter goes through. But right now, George doesn't have to think about nothing. You know, the simple thing is, he's going to go away with his family, he's not hurt, he got beat by the better man tonight. And the simple thing is, just going to go and have a holiday, and we're not going to put him in a position if we don't have to, just to keep proving that George has got to keep getting in there. You know, we don't need to do that. I mean, that's something that me and George will have as a personal discussion. And first and foremost, it's about his health. And I just think when these fighters, they just get battle worn. And I think, you know, George has had some big wars, and it just starts to tell with certain shots, and it kind of puts a bit of doubt in his mind moving forward. But we had the plan to execute. We just couldn't execute. I mean, the instructions in the corner were great. I mean, we were hoping George would kind of, you know, start to put that together. But like I said, Hitchens is no mug. You know, he's sharp, and he can read the play. But we knew how to take the game away, which George didn't execute the game. And I know it's easier said than done too. So yeah, right now, Knuckles going to sit back. He's going to go away with his family to Portugal, enjoy like a long break, and that'll do. You know.
Last one for George Garcia.
This is directed to George. For the last 5 years, you fought at the highest level. I'm talking about like Murderers Row, tough fight after tough fight. What did fighting at the top level teach you about George Kambosos?
Yeah, look, if you talk about resumes, I think George Kambosos has the best resume in boxing. You know, like, you look at the names I fought: undisputed champions, unified champions, Olympic gold medalists, world champions, division above. Everyone knows I've got a big heart, and I was saying that every time I got up in every round, warrior, and you saw it in round 3, 4 when he hurt me. I beat down on that mouth guard and fired back. Like I said, I had some success, but it didn't teach me anything new. I know I'm a warrior. I know I give everything to the sport. The fans know it, and the fans respect it. And like I said, I fought the best of the best, and that's all I can ever ask for. You know, and I hope the fans respect it. I hope the media respects it. I hope the promoters respect it. And like I said, I look at myself in the mirror. I wanted to win, of course. I wanted to become a 2-division champion. I think this victory would have made me one of the all-time greats, you know, in Australian boxing history. But again, there's so much history already that I've done, and I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. You know, I look in front of the mirror. I know who George Kambosos is. I know who the warrior he is, and I'm not ashamed. I keep my head up, you know, my chin up, my head up, my chest out, and live to fight another day. We'll have to wait and see.
Talk about that.
Here, here. Thanks everyone. Happy birthday, George Kambosos.
Happy birthday, man. God bless.